These are all the military bases the United States has around the world. You know, no other country has this. Just the United States has this. Nobody else does this. China, Russia, they don't have bases all over the world. Who does? We do. Because that's how capitalism ends up. You have to use a gun to keep it going. And you have to become fascists. That's why we're so popular in the world, ladies and gentlemen. We just murdered 1 million people in the country next to Iran. We murdered another 1 million people in the other country on the other side, in Libya. We just dropped 27,000 bombs in Syria to the country just to the north. We're still occupying Afghanistan. And someone else is a bad actor? We are the terrorists. The United States is the terrorists. Empire. This is imperialism. These are all the military bases the United States has around the world. You know, no other country has this. Just the United States has this. Nobody else does this. China, Russia, they don't have bases all over the world. Who does? We do. Because that's how capitalism ends up. You have to use a gun to keep it going. And you have to become fascists. That's why we're so popular in the world, ladies and gentlemen. We just murdered 1 million people in the country next to Iran. We murdered another 1 million people in the other country on the other side, in Libya. We just dropped 27,000 bombs in Syria to the country just to the north. We're still occupying Afghanistan. And someone else is a bad actor? We are the terrorists. The United States is the terrorists.
If America is not Rome reincarnated, then who else? Then who else? First and foremost, I would like to say, Kal Halayam, La Alahaya Nawa Yahawa Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Kahakadash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that were well, peace, blessing, and salutation unto the brothers who preach and teach in this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelite, shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwatium, which is his sister. This is a brother Kahan from the GMS, Prophetic Vibration Camp here, coming at you again through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Alright. This edification is entitled the whore that sitteth upon many waters. And when you read in the scripture which we go into pursuant to Revelation 17, this is the living proof. This is the explanation, the example, alright, the living proof, you know, explaining to you how the horse sitteth upon many waters. Just look at this, just look at the screen. Alright, let's take a good look at the screen. This is how the horse sitteth upon many waters. Alright, pursuant to Revelation. Let's take a look at it. We'll go to the blue letter. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1, where it reads, And there came one of the 7 angels which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore. Alright, the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And when you go to that word whore, alright, let me see something here for the word that sitteth. Alright.
Strong's G 2521, Kathemat.
The Spirit Yahweh Hashem Yahushai send me to this here first. Alright, so let's deal with the word sitteth. Alright, to sit down, to seat oneself, to sit, be seated of a place occupied. Yeah, to sit, be seated of a place occupied, to have a fixed abode to dwell. Alright, and they are seated in places that is already occupied, alright, by these respective nations, you know, their lands, you know, they have, you know, their land, their inheritance, you know, and here comes this man and come and seat himself over these people in their own lands. Alright, I don't know if these etymology could give any more. No, this here, let me see this here. Alright, we could use this here where it says sitting, alright, firm, immovable, steadfast. And you know, these Edomites, they are steadfast and immovable, alright, because why? They are the whole that ride the beast, you know, they are the head runners of this beast and its system, alright, that is being protected by its military might. Okay, this is what it is here. Alright, so like here we didn't get the word, the pronunciation of the word.
Strong's G 1476, Hedraias. Hedraias.
Alright, Hedraias. Okay, so let's get out of that and go to the word ho. Alright.
Strong's G 4204, Parne. Parne.
Parne. Alright. Parne, and if you notice how it's spelled there, I would believe there's where you get now where you get the word, this is where the word pornography, I want to believe this is where you get the word pornography derived from. Alright, but nevertheless, it says a woman who sells her body for sexual uses, a prostitute, a harlot, one who yields herself to defilement for the sake of gain. Alright, and this is America. Alright, she used herself to defilement in what way? In all sorts of witchcraft and bloodshedding and all these things. Alright, for the sake of gaining all the natural resources and riches of the nations throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, when they go down to the last entry of Babylon, i.e. Rome, the chief seat of idolatry. Okay? The chief seat of idolatry. This is what it is. This is what it is, and this is why when you go down, let me come out. This is why when you go down to verse 5, where it says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots and abominations of the earth, because this is the embodiment of America. Alright, abominations, alright, throughout the four corners of the earth that they push forth. You understand what I'm saying? Because America is Rome all over again. America is Rome reincarnated. And the whole world is her provinces. Okay? The whole world is America's provinces. Now when I go back to verse 1, where it says, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore which sitteth upon many waters. Alright. When I had mentioned this is the perfect example, when you watch the screen and you show and you see all the dots on the world map, all the dots showing you all their military bases and what have you. This is the meaning of it. Where they say set it upon many waters. So look here. I went down a bit too far. Which is verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, alright, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Okay? And she sitteth upon the waters, upon the peoples, by the way of her embassies. Okay, her embassies, where through the embassy now is where, they use the ambassadors to enforce their policies and what have you. Okay? And they bring they plan their military, set up their military bases and what have you. Yeah? This is America for you. This is America for you. And yet they are the ones that is guilty of terrorism, because they send the economical hitman into all these nations, that is rich in natural resources. And when the leaders, they don't play ball and what have you, then they demonize you and whatnot to justify sending in their military, so they could depose that leader and set up their puppet leaders, in order for them to have free reign, free access, okay, into these countries' natural resources. It's a proven fact. Yeah, it is a proven fact. This is their modus operandi that they have been doing ever since their existence, coming back into existence via the Renaissance period. This is what they have been doing. Okay? Going all through the earth. Alright? And it just show and prove, that this is Rome all over again. When you read Revelation 17 and you get to understand, the whore, who the whore is, and what have you, and the beast, and what have you, and read about the beast that was and is not and yet is and whatnot, so forth, and the 8 out of the 7th and all these things, you get to come to the clear understanding that it is speaking about America, it is speaking about Esau, Edom, and it is speaking about Rome being revived. Okay, it is speaking about Rome being revived. For instance, what? Revelation. Let's take a look at Revelation 13, where it reads, Revelation 13, and Revelation 13, I will start from verse 1, Revelation 13 and 1, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, and we just get the explanation of what the sea represents, alright? Represents a people. It is not speaking about a literal sea. And saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads. Okay, 7, which was 7 major Edomite empires, and 10 horns. Okay, those 10 horns represents what? The EU. And upon his 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, Salakia, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. That leopard was the Grecians, the bear is the Russians, and the bear, the Russians is who the Lord is going to use to bring down this beast. All right, because because it's all about Edom, the Lord bringing down Esau, destroying Esau, and he's going to use Esau to destroy Esau, because the Russians, they are also Esau, Edomites. All right, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, okay, which is the British. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. That dragon, okay, is the ancient Roman Empire, the ancient pagan Roman Empire. Because what you have here, is that they use the same structure, the same policies and all these things that ancient Rome was using. They use the same tactics and everything, and witchcraft and all these things, everything that everything that was representative of Rome back then, and what they in how they carry about their business, is the same thing as now. All right, because they know that these Edomites today, the elites I'm speaking about, really, they know that they are the descendants of ancient Rome. Okay, so they have that great power and that great seat, that great authority. Because Job 9:24 says what the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay. Verse 3, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. His deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. All right. His deadly wound was healed. This is Rome coming back in. Okay. This is Rome coming back into play, but now their headquarters is no longer in Italy. All right, its headquarters is where America. Okay, reincarnated Rome is headquartered at America. And what you have is that the same, as I said, the same tactics and what have you, just as ancient Rome, where they had their military spread all throughout their empire, is the same thing today. All right, because the whole world is under the hands of this new and revised Roman Empire. The whole world is the empire of Neo Rome. This whole world is the empire of Neo Rome. You understand what I'm saying? This whole world, and they go about it by what? By mass bloodshed, okay? By bombings, and infantry, sending the infantry and what have you, so forth, to make sure that the whole world, the whole world worship, the whole world fall under this beast. Okay? This beast, which is the system, their system. All right? Why do they have all these bases? These bases is basically to have free reign over the world. All right? And get all the earth's natural resources from these nations. But how do they do it? They do it by violence. Okay, they do it by violence. That's why when you go to John chapter 10 and verse 10, where it reads, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill, all right, and to destroy. This is what Esau came back out on the earth for. Okay, to thief, to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, which is who? The Israelites. All right, that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. When they go over to the NLT, it says the thief's purpose. And who is the thief? Who is the thief? Yeah? The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. That is their purpose. That is what they come upon the face of the earth to do. Okay? To kill. Okay? To destroy. To steal, have all the resources for themselves, steal all the resources. All right? Take example for Congo. Take example for Niger, for the Niger Delta. All right? All these big corporations that is owned by Esau, all these big corporations that is owned by Esau, especially Amalek, all right, those 1948ers, all right, all these big corporations that go, you know, the hire these military, you hire them military and whatnot, so forth, to go into these countries, destroy these countries and whatnot, and set up shop to have free reign over the natural resources. All right? Make trillions of dollars, and nothing is being trickled down to the people. You know, they set up the puppet leaders of these countries and whatnot, so their enterprise will not be hindered. All right, and nothing is trickling down to the people. Look at Congo, resourceful, rich. Uganda, resourceful, rich. Nigeria, resourceful, rich. All right, a lot in these countries, you know, Sierra Leone and what have you, you know, a lot in these countries is rich in natural resources, diamond and gold, and you know, you have, look at Niger with the uranium and what have you. But France has been robbing them of their uranium for all these decades. And what has Niger to show for all that uranium that is being left, that is being stolen out of the country? Nothing but poverty. All right, nothing but poverty. Because they are carrying out their purpose. This is what they came upon the face of the earth to do. And they are doing it. They are doing it by the way of their blessing, which goes back to Genesis. Take a look at Genesis chapter 27. And I will go at verse 38. Genesis chapter 27 and verse 38. And it reads, and he said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. All right, the natural resources and all these things. All right, having all the riches of the earth by the way of oil and diamonds and you know, all these precious stones and you know, all these things, you know. Sitteth, yeah. That's what Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40. But the thing about it is how they are going to get that blessing, how they are going to get all those riches. Verse 40. And by the sword shalt thou live. Okay, and by the sword shalt thou live. This is how they got their blessing. This is how they this is how they get it, all right? By setting up all their military bases throughout the four corners of the earth and raping and robbing and pillaging. When they do a track record of the so-called white man, do a track record of the so-called white man from the Renaissance period till now. The French, the Spanish, the British, the Germans, the Belgians, the Dutch. Okay. How was they able to have all those colonies, and those colonies were able to, because of those colonies, they were able to enrich themselves. You do the math. Yeah? You do the math. How was Belgium been able to enrich themselves with the rubber trees of Congo and what have you so? By slavery and mass bloodshed. Millions of people. This man by the name of King Leopold. Millions of people. This man put to death. Millions of people. This man put to death. Okay? Go and look up your history on King Leopold, the King of Belgium. Alright? And the thing about it is, this is what the prophecy, this is what the prophecy, let me read it, let me finish read out this and then I will go to another scripture, where it says, and by the sword shalt thou live and serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And this prophecy was fulfilled. This prophecy was fulfilled under King Solomon, you know, and also during the Dark Ages, the Dark Age period. All right. So they have managed to gain the whole world. All right, which goes back to Habakkuk. The scripture had just come to head. Habakkuk 2 and 5. It reads, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Neither keepeth at home. That's why, bear with me. That's why, look.
Imperialism. These are all the military bases the United States has around the world.
He neither keepeth at home. He neither keepeth at home. All these is American bases. All this is Roman bases, military garrisons throughout the four corners of the earth. That is outside of Babylon, outside of Neo-Rome. All right. So the Roman Empire, this Neo-Roman Empire, is not just like the ancient pagan Roman Empire where they only had a specific part of the earth. No, they have the whole earth.
World. You know, no other country has this. Just the United States has this. Nobody else does this. China.
Not China. Let him speak.
Russia. They don't have bases all over the world. Who does? We do. Because.
All right. Right? But yet still they want to fool you and try to we the same Trinidad here, teeth your head, all right, with the term Russian aggression. How the hell, how the hell you can come to me with come to me with talk about Russian aggression when the Russians do not have such amount of bases throughout the four corners of the earth. The Russians, they had bases throughout North Africa, and what did you all do? What did you all do? You all set up you and the CIA and what have you, all right? And all these intelligence agencies, you know, I can't remember what it is called, the French intelligence agency, but you know, the MI5 and the MI6 over in Britain and whatnot, and the Mossad over there in Israel, you know, all these intelligence agencies, you know, they were the ones that orchestrated that thing called, back in 2012 called the Arab Spring, where all these Arab nations throughout North Africa was uprising against the government and what have you, so forth, and toppling the leaders, you know, leading all the way to Libya, going all the way, stretching all the way from Egypt, stretching all the way to Libya, all right? Taking down these leaders and setting up puppet leaders, all right, and getting rid, because these northern African countries was where Russia had their bases. Russia had military bases throughout these northern African countries. They had military bases there, all right. But NATO, spearheaded by America, the whore that sitteth upon the beast, all right. What did they do? They topple these leaders, set up puppet leaders, and chase Russia out of these countries. The last stronghold that they tried to topple was Syria, all right. But they have not been able to topple Assad, all right. Assad has not been able to be toppled because why? You know, Russia makes sure and stand their ground and protected Assad and what have you, so forth. And the thing about it is the same strategy that Russia is using now against NATO, all right, against France and these other NATO countries, these other NATO members on the west coast of Slovakia, on the west coast of Africa. It's the same strategy. The very same strategy. All right, or make sure that get rid of all our bases throughout North Africa. Well, all right. Well, here what? Well, we will come. We will upset you all on the whole west coast of Africa and get rid of your bases. All right, and we're going to deliver on our promises that, you know, we're going to promise with our leaders that we are going to set up. All right, we're going to make sure and fulfill our promises. All right, because the leaders that they're setting up, that Russia is setting up in Africa, is leaders, you know, that they're for the people. All right, because the puppet leaders that was there sitting, you know, they just helping themselves. And allowing free reign of the oppressor, yeah, allowing free reign of the oppressor to just come and steal, yeah.
That's how capitalism ends up. You have to use a gun to keep it going.
Yeah.
And you have to become fascist.
Yeah. You have to use a gun. You have to use a gun. All right, and that is not capitalism. Well, capitalism is a new term now for what? For colonialism. Neo-colonialism. And neo-colonialism is actually the colonialists is no longer these monarchies of these beast countries. All right. The colonialism is spearheaded now by these major corporations. Okay, this is where these are the spearheaders now of the colonialism now. These major corporations. So going back to the scripture, where it says, this is Habakkuk 2 and 5, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeneth his desire, which is greed, his greed, alright, as hell, and is as death, because everywhere they go, in order for them to have free reign upon the natural resources and what have you, they have to shed blood. Alright? They never cease to shed blood. Alright? And cannot be satisfied. And cannot be satisfied. Alright? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That is why he sitteth upon what? Many waters. They cannot be satisfied. You understand? That's why when you go to Isaiah 59, let's take a look at it. Isaiah 59 and verse 7. Going a bit too far. Isaiah 59 and 7, it reads, their feet run to evil, and to make haste to shed innocent blood. All in the name of what? Of thievery. Alright? Innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not. They don't know nothing about peace. They know nothing. All they know about is to thief, murder, kill, steal, pillage, conquer. This is the modus operandi of the so-called white man, whose biblical nationality is Esau, Edom. And there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Esau for you. Esau, this is Esau for you. You understand? And they go about it, you know. They go about it, and they go about it, and you know, without hindrance, because hey, going back to the Revelation, Revelation chapter 13. All right, Revelation chapter 13 and verse verse 4. All right, where it reads what? And they worship the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Who is able to make war with America and NATO? All right, because hey, this is their time now. This is their time now, you know, as this is their time now, they're living it out fully by their blessing, which is the sword. All right, as the man said in the little clip there, you know, the way how they go about their capitalism is by the gun, which is the sword. You can't tell me these people are not the Edomites. You can't tell me America is not Rome all over again. There's no way you could try to convince me of that it is not so. There's no way you could convince me of that it is not so. All right, these people, they are hey, Psalm 73. Let's take a look at Psalm 73, man. Where is it? Yep, Psalms 73. And I will start at verse 3. It reads, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. The prosperity of the wicked. Alright? Yeah? For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Yeah? They are not in trouble as other men. Why? Because hey, they are the ones in rulership, and they are the ones that is inflicting the pain. They are the ones that are inflicting the pain upon the nations. It's not the other way around. Alright? They are the ones that going about through the nations and what have you, so forth, and oppressing. Alright? They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, what pride compass them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily here, and yet still they're never satisfied. Yeah? They speak against oppression. They could care less about the oppressed. All they care about is what? Fattening their pockets. This is what the so-called white man is. This is what they care about. Fattening their pockets. Alright? But you know what the Lord said? This is what the Lord said. Isaiah. Not Isaiah. Not Isaiah. Not Isaiah. Jeremiah actually. Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 23. Yeah? Wow. I like what the NLT reading. Yeah? This is Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Alright, because America is that hammer and the world is the blasted nail. Alright? They have all their military bases throughout the four corners of the earth, even here in Trinidad. Because they're going to reopen it back very soon, for World War III. Yeah, they're going to reopen it back in Wallafield and Chagaramas. Yeah? Yeah? How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. You know, and you could go down and read the rest here, you know, verse 25 and what have you, so forth, you know. But the point where I'm drawing, you know, is that, hey, these people are the hammer. These Edomites, you know, spearheaded by America, is the hammer of the whole earth, but the Lord is going to break that hammer into pieces. And when that take place, Isaiah 14 and verse 6. It reads, Isaiah 14 and verse 6, it reads, He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. Alright? Smote the people in wrath through their military and what have you. Alright? He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it. Nobody is going to get into the way of your destruction by the way of Yahweh Shai. You see, when Yahweh Shai and his millions of angels, along with the 144,000 elect men, comes to bring destruction unto Babylon, nobody is going to hinder. None in these nations, the Elamites, none of the Hamitic nations, the Ishmaelites, Moab, Ammon, none of them is going to come in between. You understand? The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. The whole earth. The whole earth. The land itself, you know, with all the constant indiscriminate mining. You're mining for gold and for diamond and and drilling for oil and all these things, bleeding the earth. Yeah? Bleeding the earth. Mining for uranium and plutonium and whatnot, so forth. And your cobalt and the earth is going to be at rest and break forth in singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow, right, is not going to have any more deforestation. Yeah, no fella is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. Yeah? So the same way how you bring hell upon the face of the earth, the same way hell is going to rain upon you. By the way of thermonuclear missiles and by the way of 1,000 years of slavery, and then what? Eradication, extermination. Yeah, annihilation, eradication, and extermination, man. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their kings the thrones, from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as us? Yeah. That hammer is going to be broken. How is the hammer the earth cut asunder? How is, you know? Yeah, you become weak as the other nations, man. That might, that military might that you once had, you know. That military prowess that you once had, that made you all so proud, is going to come down to nothing. Is going to reduce to ashes. All your tanks and your bombers and your fighter jets, you know, your naval battleships, your cruisers, your submarines, all these things that you depend on for strength and to smooth the nations, to bring the nations under subjection. These things is going to melt, so to speak. Yeah? Thy pomp is brought down, thy pride, yeah, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, yeah, decaying. Your system is decayed, your infrastructure is decaying. Everything that is connected to these Edomites, it's in decay. Even the witchcraft and all is in decay. Alright, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, which is who? These illuminaries, the Illuminati, the elites. Yeah, how art thou fallen from heaven, from thy power Shakti, from thy reign, thy kingship over the whole earth. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Which didst weaken the nations? How did they weaken the nations? Through their military and their policies and what have you? Their philosophies. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, which is the children of Israel. Alright, the stars of the Most High is the children of Israel. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, which is America. Alright? I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. This is the pride of Esau, man. This is the pride of Esau. But what the Lord say? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. This is speaking about literal hell. Go to Isaiah 47:1 and you will get the understanding. Alright, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. They're going to come down to nothing. They're going to come down to a confused state. Alright, they are going to be reduced to nothing. Yahweh Shai is going to strip them. Strip them. Bear, make them bear. Alright? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man he? Is this the man that made the earth tremble, that did shake kingdoms? He by them? Them is the ones who was given all the trouble upon. Look at them now. Look what they have been reduced to. These was the people that was spreading the military through the four corners of the earth and robbing and putting under subjection, enslaving, murdering, pillaging. These people, look at what they have been reduced to. These people who pride themselves as the white race. Superiority. We are superior over all. These people, yeah, who bombing every minute of the day. They're bombing this one, bombing that one, bombing the other one. Bomb, 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 bomb. These people, this is what they have been reduced to. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. These people, all the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. Yeah, because the nations, they are going to be given back their lands and what have you, so forth, after they done serve the slavery. They will just have to make sure and pay us tribute and whatnot and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. We is going to have them in subjection. But for you, Esau, but thou, verse 19, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcasses trodden under foot. And I would leave with this last scripture here. A scripture that the Lord has been sending me to as of lately a bit often. Second Esdras 11:37. And I behold, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the wood, and that roaring lion is Yahushai. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts? When you go to Daniel chapter 7, verses 7 and verses 8, who is that fourth beast that is mentioned? When you go to Daniel chapter 2, and it speaks about the feet iron, and it speaks about the I have to go to it. I don't want to butcher it. Daniel chapter 2, and I think it's verse 40. Yes, now. Yes, now. 40, and the fourth kingdom, Daniel 2 and 40, and the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, subdue it, and the iron that breaketh all things shall it break into pieces and bruise. Alright, and whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, which is who? The Romans. Alright, and the Romans, they brought in the Iron Age. Alright. they brought in the Iron Age. Okay? And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, which is what we are living in right now. This is the part of that this is the part of that structure that we are living in right now. The 10 toes, part iron, part clay, which is the remainder of the fourth beast. All right? The remainder of the fourth beast. Okay? The kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. All right? But we got the point, what I was trying to prove. All right? We get the point that I was trying to prove. Okay? Pursuant to the remainder of the fourth beast, which is Rome all over again. New Rome. All right? Spearheaded by America. And this is what we are living in right now. Okay? Not thou it the remainers of the four beasts, yeah, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them, goes back to Revelation 13 and 2, where it speaks about the leopard, the bear, and the lion. The bear is Russia, and the Lord is going to use Russia, same Edomites, to destroy the beasts. And then Yahushua is going to come and destroy the remainder of these Edomites, which is these Russians and what have you. All right, because all Esau Edom has to be destroyed. All right. Verse 40, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over, watch it, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. So long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. Bear with me. I have to play it again.
These are all the military bases the United States has around the world. You know, no other country has this. Just the United States has this. Nobody else does this. China, Russia, they don't have bases all over the world. Who does? We do. Because that's how capitalism ends up. You have to use a gun to keep it going. And you have to become fascist.
They encompass the whole entire earth.
That's why we're so popular in the world, ladies and gentlemen. We just murdered 1 million people in the country next to Iran. We murdered another 1 million people in the other country on the other side, in Libya. We just dropped 27,000 bombs in Syria to the country just to the north. We're still occupying Afghanistan. And someone else is a bad actor? We are the terrorists. The United States is the terrorists.
Thine own tongue shall condemn thee. Yeah? The Esau Edom is the terrorists of the earth. Esau. Yeah? I will read over verse 40 again. For the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass. Over the whole compass of the earth. Because, and this is to show you, it is speaking of this new revised, this neo-Roman Empire. The remainder of the fourth beast, because you have to remember, the deadly wound, the beast had a deadly wound and it was healed. Back then, pagan Rome was only ruling over the known part of the world back then. No. No. They have reign over the whole compass of the earth. From the Renaissance period, where they have discovered the New World, which is the Western Hemisphere, and now they have encompassed the whole entire earth. Yeah? With much wicked oppression and so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast heard the peaceable, thou hast, the peaceable, the meek is Israel. Thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, which is Jake, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. Thy pride unto the mighty, O most proud. The highest also look upon the proud times, your proud times, your slavery, your industrial complex, where you want to introduce now your fourth industrial complex, all your technology and all these things that you have managed to your proud times, man. You understand? Your proud times. Yeah? Behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more thou eagle, which is the symbol of Esau, not just America, but all these Edomite empires. The eagle. Yeah? Yeah? And therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings. Yeah? Nor thy horrible wings. Where you spread forth through the four corners of the earth through your military bases, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads. You understand? Which is your rulers and what have you, so forth. Nor thy hurtful claws, which is your military, nor all thy vain body, which is your system. Your beast system that you're implementing upon the four corners of the earth, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for judgment and mercy of him that made her. Kal halayam la alahayanawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakaha Kodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, salutation unto the brothers who preach and teach the truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites who may look like the other nations, but are Israel through their forefatherly lineage. And shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwatiam, which is the sisters that listening and learning. Your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp signing out, saying shalom, shalom, shalom.